Hey everybody, today I'm at the Harrisburg Mall in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Now the owner of this mall announced that this mall could be demolished as early as 2024, so there's not much time left for this mall. I've been here once before and it is quite dead, not very many stores open. The only thing really keeping it afloat right now is that there's a Bass Pro Shop store attached to it, but there's also some cool things to see, and when I walked around in here, kind of a time capsule of some old 90s mall stores. We're gonna go take a walk around the mall today. Come with me.
So I want to give a little bit of background about this mall. It originally opened up in 1969 and it was known as the Harrisburg East Mall. The original anchors were JCPenney's, Wanamaker's, and Gimbel's. The Gimbel's eventually became a Macy's, which closed in 2020. The JCPenney's later became a Boscovs, which closed in 2008. This mall underwent a major revitalization effort in 2004. A 14-screen Great Escape movie theater was added, and the Bass Pro Shops opened up, which we're going to take a look at later on in this video. Additional stores were built on the north side of the mall, but due to the 2008 financial crisis, these spaces sat unoccupied and were later demolished. So this mall has been declining for quite some time now. The current owner plans to demolish the entire mall, leaving only the Bass Pro Shops as early as 2024. So anyway, let's get on with our tour of the mall. So here we are on the first floor, and as you can see, there is really nothing open in this mall. It's really sad. It's very nice looking though. Here we have an old finish line. Got that old checkered tile. And let's see if they have the basketball hoop in here. No basketball hoop, but you can see where it would have been. And here's one 90s kids will remember. Here we have an old school Disney store. Haven't seen one of these in a long time, but it's still here all intact for the most part. Let's see what's inside. Oh yeah, look at it. Remember that? I remember that. That was fun part of going to the mall. So surprisingly, this mall actually does have a working fountain in it. And it's a pretty nice one. So this here is the closed Macy's, and it has some really nice old school stonework on the side of it. These trees here that they have in the kids' play place are actually kind of terrifying. Look at that old style food court sign. I just love that. And up here on the top floor, it looks like we have a couple open stores, but they're not national chains, just small businesses. So here we are in the food court, and China Max is the only thing open right now. We have a closed Checkers, closed Taco Bell, something called Skewer World over there, and back there we have Pizza Zone, and they're all closed. And it looks like we have two in the center here which were boarded up. And so this part of the mall, which looks like a massive coffee table, was actually a movie theater at one point. Kind of an interesting looking fixture here. So this was the closed Boscovs, and it's just a big empty space now. Very eerie, if I do say so myself. And so you probably know what this one is. Old EB Games. And it's still very colorful inside. Look at that. You can see some characters still up. Look at that. Pretty cool. Not sure what this was, but it's pretty interesting looking. Let's get a look inside this one. And right here we have my favorite old mall store, Suncoast Video. Look at that. Still looks just like it did back in the day. I miss this store so much. I used to come here, buy anime, buy Godzilla, all kinds of cool stuff you just couldn't find anywhere else at the time. And it just had such a cool vibe inside the store. And this is really cool right here. This is a vintage Foot Locker. There is a label scar there. It might be a little hard to see. But just look at this, the old Foot Locker with all the wood grain that they used to, basically the old design of the store. And just look at that up there. You can still see some old logos for shoe brands. This is amazing to see this. And here we have an old Payless shoe source. Pretty distinct label scar on that one. Fortunately, they have the tarp up so I can't see inside. Let's check out this old Journeys. That's pretty cool. So this spot looks like it was a little salon, but just look at this wood grain panel here. That's really neat. And this tailor shop here has a very nice old school storefront on it. So I think this was an old Foot Action, or some kind of, definitely a sneaker store of some sort. I think it's Foot Action. The star was Foot Action, right? Here we can see what must have been some old jewelry store. Again, another very 90s looking store. And there's not much left of it. You can still get a good look inside. Just look at that old granite flooring right there. So it looks like they have an arcade in this mall. And don't we all love arcades? Especially mall arcades. And just look at that beautiful neon sign they have for it. Oh, and look at these arcade machines. That's a cool one. We got Godzilla. I love Godzilla. Ghostbusters, Austin Powers, Space Jam. Some great 90s movies right here. Carnival. That's one I forgot all about. Kind of like House of the Dead. All kinds of good classic games they have here. So they have this big diorama here, I guess for the Bass Pro Shop. Got some taxidermy animals. We got an elk and a bear engaged in Mortal Kombat. And down here we have some fish, live fish. I think these are some kind of trout. They're definitely not koi. Looks like we have some kind of motorcycle showroom here at this closed store. Not sure what this is about. I don't know if this is something you can actually go inside or if they just have them here. It's interesting. I don't know anything about motorcycles. Here we have another closed store. Not sure what this was. Kind of hard to tell. And this is Bass Pro Shop's Outdoor World, but I don't know if you can even get into it from the mall anymore. It's really the only open anchor here at this point. Oh, and we can see some damage here on the ceiling. Rough shape. So I'm here inside the Bass Pro Shop, and they have a pretty wild display here. All these Saharan African wild beasts. We have zebras and lions, antelope, all kinds of crazy beasts to see right here. Look at these monstrous lions. And what are these guys? I call them antelope, but they're some kind of ram or goat or something like that. And over here we have a rhino. This is not a real rhino. That'd be pretty messed up if it actually was. But no, this one's fiberglass. Over on this side we have some black bear. I've seen these in real life before. We have a big old gator. It looks like we have some pronghorn, some elk, some deer. Looks like we got some little wild boars down in the middle there. Pretty crazy display. Definitely not something you'd expect to see in a mall anchor, that's for sure. Over here we have a wolverine. Honestly, they look kind of cute. They're supposed to be fearsome, but you know, if I saw one of those, I'd want to pet them. This is quite an impressive store they have here. At least compared to the rest of the mall. I don't think I've ever been to Bass Pro Shop before. Wasn't really expecting it to be quite this elaborate. But it's really nice, really cool. Hunting and fishing, it's not really my thing, but it's a fun store to visit, that's for sure. This place is like the Disneyland of sporting goods stores. I really gotta say. This is really something else right here. Just look at the size of this catfish. So here we have the closed Macy's, and the outside of it almost reminds me of sort of like a Greek temple. Pretty cool. And here we can see the other side of the closed Macy's, and it looks like a ghost town. And I'm not sure why exactly, but there are some massive holes in the side of the wall there. Do you see that? Let's see if we can get a good look in here. Be interesting to see what this Macy's looks like here. So it's a little too dark, but it looks like it's gutted and it is very damp inside there. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. It's hard to see, but yeah, it's pretty gross, pretty foul. Look at this cool little squirrel drawing right here with a balloon. I like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and it looks like they've already started demolishing part of the Macy's. And it's just this big pile of rubble here. And if you look up there,
that giant hole, that opens up right into the mall. So all kinds of like moisture and mold and stuff is going into the mall right now. That's not a good thing. And this section of the mall here was the Great Escape movie theater, and that closed some time ago. So we just have this massive part of the building that's just sitting here vacant. And so this was the Boscovs, and you know it's bad when a Boscovs can't make it. And just right up top there, they have this cool little artistic flourish right there. Let's go take a look in the old Boscovs, see what's in here. Oh wow, it is gutted in there. Sheesh. So it looks like the demo of this mall is underway. Okay, so before we leave today, there's one more thing I want to show you here, and I think you're going to like it. There it is, an old Toys R Us with all the colorful tiles still on it, and it hasn't been turned into one of those weird Ollie's stores yet. I feel like anyone in the millennial age group who's watching this video is gonna be feeling a lot of sad nostalgia with this one. We have closed Toys R Us, closed Disney Store, Suncoast, all kinds of things from our past that are no longer here that we've lost. But it's fun to kind of come and look for the remnants of them. I know I have fun doing it, and I hope you have fun watching it. Yeah, I love Toys R Us. I think we all did. Let's see if there's anything we can see inside here. Let's look over here. Yeah, it seems like every time one of these stores closes, they turn it into Ollie's Bargain Outlet, which is just a strange place. Nothing left in this one, unfortunately. We can still see these great colored tiles. Just look at those. So thank you for joining me today on this trip to the Harrisburg Mall. Definitely a time capsule. Definitely saw a lot of throwbacks to back when malls were fun, back when they used to have great stores at them. Lots of stores that I miss, and I'm sure you probably miss too. And overall, very nice mall. Very sad to see that it's going to be demoed, because it seems like it, you know, had a lot of potential. It, you know, nice looking, clean, had fountains, all kinds of cool stuff, but it's dead, and pretty soon it'll be gone. But I thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.